Welcome back to Up with Krem. 4 airmen from Fairchild Air Force Base are now taking on a new mission as new guardians with the U.S. Space Force. They are the first service members from the base to be sworn into the country's newest military branch. And one of those guardians is Second Lieutenant Brandon Johnson, who joins us now this morning to talk about the new position he has in the military. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Brandon, truly a historic opportunity that not many people can ever say that they've had to be among the first wave of people joining a new military branch. Can you tell me what it means to be among really the first members of this group?
Yes, honestly, we are super excited. We couldn't be more thrilled for what's about to happen. Truly, extraordinary to be called a guardian. How unique is that? And to be here at Fairchild, one of the only 4. We're definitely really excited for what's about to come.
Brandon, I want to ask you, everyone is going to, have different processes for how they joined. What was your process like? Did you volunteer? Did you ask to join? Were you selected? What was it like for you?
Yeah, so I had actually just gotten here in November in 2019, and then in about March or April, they rolled out that they were going to initiate 6,000 officers to establish the ranks of the Space Force. And I thought, what a neat opportunity that would be. So I put in my package, and a few months later, they had a board for my position of acquisition and engineering officers, and I guess they selected me. I got notified in August and commissioned last week with our wing commander. That was my process.
I want to ask you, Brandon, there's 4 of you that are going to be part of it. Have you guys had any conversations about it? What's it been like to just talk about, wow, we're going to the Space Force?
Yeah, I think all of us are really in shock. And actually, that was the first time that I'd met the other enlisted that were being sworn in last week. So next week, I have orientation with the Space Force with General Raymond, Chief of Space Operations, with the Chief Master Sergeant of the Space Force. And I think that's going to be really exciting to be able to hear their vision and their future for what they have in store for the Space Force for the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Now, with your orientation coming up, do you know much about what your timeline is like beyond that? What are some of the other kind of benchmarks of what's coming up for your near future?
So I think I will be finishing my assignment here at Fairchild in the contracting unit. And then afterwards, I'll revert to acquisitions with the Space Force. My wife and I are really hoping we get based in Florida. Not entirely sure where we'll go, but neat to hear the Space Force commands being opened up. One in Vandenberg, California, one in Alabama, in Maryland, in Florida. Definitely really unique and exciting time to be part of the Space Force.
Brandon, I'd also love to ask you maybe about your expertise specifically and how what you've already learned as part, being at Fairchild, how that is going to lean into what you're going to do in the Space Force. What are some of the things you're looking to do?
So here at Fairchild, I handle contracts, operational level contracts, and I think that will really tie into acquisitions within the Space Force. A little bit bigger contracts, I guess, but instead of doing acquisitions for airplanes like refuelers like we have here, we'll be doing acquisitions for potentially satellites. I think unique things like that.
Well, Brandon, I want to let you know how we were all, internally very excited to be able to get a chance to talk to you about this, and we're so excited that you get this opportunity to be among some of the earliest pioneers with this opportunity. So we want to thank you for joining us here on Up with Krem this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to hear what they have to say and what's in store for the Space Force, and then I'll let you know in the future.
Yeah, we'd love to hear back from you as soon as you get settled in and the process gets really moving along. But for right now, we want to thank you for joining us, and we thank all of you as well. We'll be right back with more Up with Krem.